Call like Uno. Flip like judo. You act too kudo. You and her no chance, you go. Pockets too big, they sumo. Pockets too big, they sumo. Pockets too big, they sumo.
Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. J.J. Nelson now to return. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 3rd down, Rosen dancing to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A first carry now for the former Viking. This is Jerick McKinnon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. He's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. McKinnon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And Gould is able to put it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Buying time to his left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jarvis Landry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And it's up and good. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They run it with McCammon. And he's going to to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first. So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10 at the 43. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. His throw incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Garoppolo again. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete as well.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
12 yards there as they move the chains. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now Johnson, and they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. On play action, Rosen sliding out of the pocket. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now it's Rosen. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the lead is up to 8. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And able to find Garcon. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So 1:56 to play in this first half. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers move back within a couple of the lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. Gold now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now this time, Rosen will throw. A nice little juke. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now this time he'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
To throw is Rosen. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
21. Here again is McKinnon. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
On the toss, it's McKinnon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. DRC, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie getting in there to break it up.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Looking to throw. Garoppolo into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10, just shy of the 30. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson. They're down here in the third quarter trying to get something going. Going to the outside there didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's McKinnon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
To throw is Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Robert Nkemdiche able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. Rosen on 1st and 10. his throw here's incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there. That'll bring up second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Here's Rosen to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rosen. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Going with Coleman, the fullback, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Derek Coleman, his first touchdown on the year, and the Cardinals will extend their lead. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Now, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now McKinnon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 45 yards. 13. Garoppolo now, first down throw. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Corey Peters able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard.
11. 6.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Screen play, Johnson. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now a handoff. Johnson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Christian Jones. In there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Niners on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and a mile.
13.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
And Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie has a sense of the dramatic there. Seals that game with an INT.
Boy, what a big play for a guy who came out of Tennessee State really with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he thought he'd been overlooked even going into college. He's proven everyone wrong once he got to the NFL.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And an alley to run. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. And his kick is right through. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He finds McKinnon, complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be a second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And now it's second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Garoppolo to try again on second down. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That was a considerable gain on that catch by Dante Pettis, and he did the bulk of the work himself. Not surprising. An elite kick returner, he often turns into that when he actually catches the football. We just saw an example of it right there.
Certainly has good bloodlines. His father, Gary, longtime center fielder in the major leagues, now a coach with the Houston Astros.
So maybe that's how he tracks the football downfield. The bloodlines from the dad tracking down fly balls.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.